Okay, Math 3, little quick circle vocabulary. Got this sheet today, and we're going to go through some of this, not all of it. This isn't meant to be comprehensive. It's only meant to be a quick reference on some vocabulary and things that we know. First off, we got a good, strong definition of what a circle is and how to name a circle. So we'll start off with that. Oops, sorry, won't start off with that. Want to add that to it. You know, what we do is we talk about a circle being a set of all points that are an equal distance from a given point. That given point is called the center. The center is not actually part of the circle, but it is what we use to name it. So oftentimes we use the letter C, but it could be any letter of the alphabet, and we would call this circle C. Or, of course, more commonly we just put a circle with a dot and a C. So that's how we'll name circles. Okay? Now, over here we'll start talking about what you already know. You already know about the radius and the diameter. Okay, so you know which one is which. The radius is the smaller one, starts at the center and goes to the circle. Notice it has its endpoints as the center and on the circle. That's very important, okay, for the radius. Now, for the diameter, just to be clear, the diameter has its endpoints on the circle, and that's going to come up again later. We know that very important that we recognize that the diameter goes through the center. Oh, excuse me. Right. Sorry, guys. Had a wrong button there, but it's very important that we recognize the diameter goes through the center. Now over here we've got three new words for some of us: chord, secant, and tangent, and I do have them in order. The chord is this first one up top. Very important that we notice that on the chord, its endpoints, just like the diameter, its endpoints are on the circle. All right, endpoints are on the circle. That's very important. It actually means that a diameter is a chord. It's a special chord. The diameter is a chord that goes through the center. Chords don't have to go through the center. In fact, most of the time they don't. The secant, on the other hand, notice the difference on that. It does go touch the circle in two places, but notice it is a line. Okay? So a secant is a line. It goes all the way through the circle, and any line that goes through the circle will have to come back out the other side, so it always touches in 2 points. The last one here is the tangent. Okay, the tangent is a line that touches in exactly one spot, okay? And it touches the circle just barely once. Very important. Each of these have their own properties, and we will go over those properties shortly. Alright, down on the third row, I want you to notice where we're talking about arcs. Okay, what we've got is called a minor arc. Okay, a minor arc over here. You're going to have to draw this in on your picture. A minor arc is a piece of your circle. It is a piece of the circle. And it is not the entire circle, it's just a small piece of it. Notice we use this little diagram of an arc to talk about it. That's called a minor arc. Okay, we know that it's minor because it's less than half of the circle. Now on the other side of that, of course, if it's more than half, we call it a major arc. More than half the circle. But I want you to notice that, look, I've almost got the same exact picture drawn as this one, don't I? What's the difference? The difference is it goes the other direction, doesn't it? So the major arc goes the other direction. It takes the long way around. In order to name a major arc, we have to have 3 letters. That's the way we know the difference between these. So notice on a minor arc.
Young, wild, and free.
Alright, so we use 2 letters to talk about a minor arc. Just A to B, it's the shortest distance around the circle. We use 3 letters to talk about a major arc, and that's the long way around the circle. So keep that in mind. Last thing we're going to talk about is about central angles and inscribed angles. Okay. This is considered a central angle, and I want you to notice that the vertex is the center. Okay, so when the vertex is the center, that makes it a central angle. It's that simple. Vertex is the center, central angle, center and central. All right. We do measure it in degrees. Okay, and I do want you to also notice that the central angle creates an arc, doesn't it? So if you look right here, doesn't it create an arc? And we just talked about arcs, so we're going to try to relate those two things in just a minute. An inscribed angle on the other side, notice where the vertex is. Vertex is on the circle. See, it's over here. Now, It also creates an arc. I want you to notice it creates an arc as well. Okay? And that has also got a relationship. We're going to talk about those too. We did some drawings on the board, and we found out that the central angle is equal to the arc. Central angle equal to the arc. So this arc will be the same as the central angle, and the inscribed angle will be half of the arc. We'll do some more with that tomorrow. For tonight, I want you to look at your worksheet. We're only going to do 1 through 16 tonight, just working on identification.